Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jubilee. I am a manifestation coach. If you'd like to book coaching, information in the description box below. If you're new, we talk about manifestation, conscious creation, and the law of assumption. And thank you for being here. Today's video is about manifesting what you want using this technique. So this technique is a Neville Goddard technique. We love Neville Goddard. We love him. So I'm going to give this little example that is from a book by Neville Goddard. And this book is called How to Manifest Your Desires by Neville Goddard. And this is a Audible original. So it's only on Audible. It's only an audiobook. Although I did find the text version, I think, or bits and pieces of it. I think it's just bits and pieces of his lectures, which you can find in writing online. But anyway, so this particular example, Neville was talking about a different speaker who did this sort of analogy where he had a glass fishbowl and he had a bag of walnuts and a bag of little beans. And he poured the walnuts and the beans into the glass fishbowl. And he said, this is the bowl of life. Okay, so you can't stop the moving, the shaking. It's a rhythmic, ever moving, ever changing, you can't stop that rhythm of life. So he begins to shake the bowl. And as he does so, the walnuts rise to the top of the bowl and the small beans go to the bottom. So the walnuts being like the point of the person's speech was, he first said, the key to success is making yourself big. And so the little beans are representative of, victim mindset or limiting beliefs, things aren't fair, victim beliefs and victim thoughts will give you small results, right? And it'll bring you down to the bottom of life. And believing in yourself and expansion, having beliefs that expand you will bring you to the top and bring you success. And so during this exercise, he said, like, the little beans, complaining from inside the bowl or saying, it's not fair. If only I had the same opportunities as everybody else. It's not fair. Those people over there, they were born with different, they were born with different opportunities. It's not fair for me, And so the speaker takes one of the little beans from the bottom, brings it to the top. He says, but you can't stop the shaking of life. And he shakes the bowl again. And the little bean, of course, falls back down to the bottom, which is, okay, I'll give my interpretation of it at the end. But then the same thing, somebody in the audience now is complaining, okay, what about these big people, the walnuts? Take them down a notch, strip them of their success and bring them to the bottom. So he takes a walnut, brings it to the bottom of the fishbowl, and then he says, but you can't stop the shaking of life. And he shakes the bowl again. And the walnut, of course, rises back to the top. So the analogy being that the shaking of life, it's the law of assumption, law of attraction, the laws of the universe, right? You can't stop them. They're always there, ever present. So it's, life is based on those laws. So work within them. So if you want to be a bean, a victim, if you want to believe that, hey, it's not fair. And one thing I will say is that obviously people, some people are born with more privilege than another. We're born into different situations. We have different families. Some people are born with money. Some people are not. Some people are born seeing a nice relationship between their parents, and a good example for them as a child. Some people are not, those are just examples of like love and money where, things that people want to manifest. Some people are born into a situation where it's easier for them in certain areas, to manifest that because they saw it as a child and it just comes naturally to them. And then some people aren't. But we are all on the same earth, right? We're all governed by these same laws. So even if one person is born into privilege and another person is born into poverty, if it weren't the case that it were possible for anybody to be anything they wanted, then we wouldn't see cases like Tony Robbins. You know, for example, he was like raised poor and he was a janitor and now he's Tony Robbins, right? So regardless of your background, anything, you know, in your 3D reality, it's the law that governs, you know, everybody. So it's your beliefs and who you are being that will determine your reality. So if you're, you know, feeling like you're a victim or thinking victim thoughts, then that is a small contracting, you know, that's going to make you contract and feel small. Whereas if you are going to flip that and now you're going to step into being a creator, that is an expanding, right? Expansion and a larger, you're making yourself big by being a creator. Or if you're thinking to yourself or you're feeling, I'm not good enough, that's contracting and making yourself small, right? And then the opposite of that is I am worthy or I am more than good enough, and that's an expansion. So making yourself big, meaning whatever belief that you can adopt that will serve you to manifest what you want, right? Rather than focusing on the lack, because lack is contraction and expansion is fulfillment. So when you're giving yourself what you want, right? Law of assumption, giving yourself that which you want to be, you have to experience it in your imagination first or embody it first. We think we want something because of the feeling it'll give us, right? And we already have those feelings within us. We have the ability to give ourselves what it is that we are seeking. So the making yourself big, filling yourself up with whatever it is that you are trying to manifest. So for example, if I want to manifest a specific person and I am focusing on the lack, I'm lonely, I'll never find a partner, all men in the city suck, whatever beliefs or thoughts that you're telling yourself, those are all contracting beliefs and those are lack thoughts, right? So if you are focusing on lack, you're contracting and making yourself small and you're not expanding. So if I'm trying to manifest a specific person, you know, you want to flip it to focusing on love that exists in your reality, feeling love and embodying a lovely version of yourself and filling yourself up and overflowing with that so that you are expanding. You give yourself what it is that you're trying to manifest and you're filling yourself up. I'm trying to explain this, like if your expansion, you know, you're filling your cup up with what it is that you are trying to get already. So you are giving yourself first that which you are trying to manifest. And you do that from within yourself, right? The feeling of already having that. So the second that you have a desire, fill yourself up with that, assuming that you already are that, or that you already have that. And, you know, with the example of manifesting a specific person, who would I be if I already had that love in my life? I would be appreciating the beauty around me. I would be loving to other people. I would feel worthy within myself. And that feeling worthy and that practicing, you know, gratitude and, you know, showing love to the people around you and looking for the positive aspects of people that are in your life or of your specific person, rather than like, he's not here, he's not doing this or that, or she's not doing this or that, rather than focusing on the lack and what they don't have, which is contracting. Focusing in on the positive aspects of it, reminding yourself that you're worthy of it, and assuming that it's already, the manifesting part of it is assuming that it's already how you want it to be in your imagination, even if the evidence is contrary to that. So filling yourself up with the answer to your prayer, basically. Giving yourself the answer to the prayer, because your own wonderful human imagination is God. And when you say I am, whatever comes after I am, is who you are being and what you're embodying and is what you're creating. So I am in a happy, healthy relationship. I am loving and kind. You know, I am, whatever comes after I am should feel expansion. And if you're feeling contracting, you're making yourself small and you're not creating what you want. So the lesson, the point of the video, the technique is to embody, embodiment basically, but making yourself big. I think the big one is I am worthy, because a lot of people have that underlying belief that I'm unworthy or I'm not good enough. So filling yourself up with I am worthy, regardless of what's going on out here, I'm gonna choose to step into the version of me that feels worthy, and practicing feeling that expansion and that feeling big, that big expanding feeling of being worthy. So that is the technique for today's video, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching. Hit the like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment. I would love that. Okay, have a lovely afternoon, morning, or night. Bye.